Good day, guys. Being here. Today, let's continue our exercise. So today let's have a look. Okay, so this one. Can you help me with this project? Can we cover an underground? Not sure about underground in this image, so because we can't see any underground, I guess there are some underground space in here. But first, let's have a look. So these are structures. So basically, we can create using mass. Okay, so it's quite. I think it's quite simple. So let's quickly do it. So yeah, and also I see there is some curved structure here. So okay, so first let's go create a architecture project, and let's quickly create something like this. Okay, so first we need a model in place mass. You can also use conceptual mass, but it's very similar. So model in place mass, when do we use conceptual mass? When do we use model in place mass? So we use model in place mass when we already have something in the model, like a site plan or some buildings, and then we use model in place mass so we can create a mass to match the existing content, right? So for conceptual masses, we basically we can do the same. We if we already know all the dimensions, we can do conceptual mass and then load it like into a project, just like a family. And another thing between conceptual mass and the model in place mass is dynamo. So you cannot use dynamo in model in place mass, but you can use dynamo in conceptual mass. Okay, so let's start first to create this shape. So very simple. So there are different ways of doing this. So for example, you can create or just quickly, you can create I'll just do a very simple one. So you can draw a line and use kind of sweep. Like a sweep, you can place sorry, I just place a point. Use draw on face and draw a line. Use draw on work plans. Place onto this line, something like that. Okay, and then I'll just make this a reference line. You can have multiple. Let me just make it a reference line. You can have multiple. I'll just copy and then use this paste onto this reference line. And after that, you can select all these reference line and create a shape, right? Create a form. So now we have a form. So let me change it to shade SD. There's no difference because there's no material. So I'll just give it a solid material. I'll just create a new material, make it a color. So something like that. Apply, okay. So you can, because on these reference lines, so you can see these reference lines are placed onto the point. You can adjust them. You can change the length. So for example, you can change the length of these lines, and you can move them away from. You can move them up and down. Okay, so like something like that. And then once you, maybe I'll just create another one. I'll just copy and place to here. And also you can, sometimes you can't, but you can always try. So select this surface together, use Control and select this reference line. Sometimes you can continue this mass, okay? But sometimes it won't, but yeah, just try. And then, so for example, I'll just move this reference line. Let me just try to select this reference line, go to the side, use my keyboard, just move it. So now that's it. That's some shape, organic shape, right? So that's what we have here. And then how can we create these? So these curved structure, so they can be we can use adaptive family. So basically you need to first so you need to decide how many points you're going to use, because in this instance we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then we just need to go to create a new family and use generic model adaptive, okay, and then just place 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so select these 5 points and make adaptive, create a spline through points, just make it reference line. And then we need to place a point, draw on face, place it here, create a reference. I'm going to use rectangular shape. So set world plane, pick this point, draw a shape. So if you want to, you can add dimensions and parameter to it. But for this exercise, I'm just going to, yeah, that should be right. Okay, and make sure if you're going to add dimension parameters, make sure you have 2 profiles. So because just have a try. If you have one with a parameter, so and when you change the size, you only change the size at that point. So once you create a frame, and then let me quickly show you. So if I select this profile and select this part, create a form, and then at some stage I want to change the size of this, I'll just adjust this here. So for example, I change this to 600, and you will see it only changed the profile here, and at this point still 300. Okay, so now let's Control Z. So I'll do it again, select this one, and Control select this one, and select this path, create form, make sure you move this point to this end, move this point to the other end. Okay, so then we will be able to adjust the profile for this whole sweep. Now let's this one's fine, load this one into that project. Let's go to 3D view, escape, cancel it for now, select this form, use divided surface, and then we're going to adjust the grids. So currently there are 9 or 10 here, so I'm not sure which one. Let's try this one, 5. Yeah, I think that's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So probably need 4. Yeah, I think that's it. And then we need to turn on the nodes. Okay, and then go to create component, and then place 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once we place this one, maybe we should this the orientation of this the profile is like it's crazy. Anyway, so let's repeat this for now. So maybe we need to somehow, let's go back to this and see if we can I think we can probably change the orient to from instance to not sure which one. Let's try host. Go to 3D view. Yeah, I think that this is better. So you can see mostly vertical now. Yeah, so basically that's it. And also you can still place the or show the original surface, and then if you want to, you can give it some material, so looks like glazing. And yep, and that's it. So that's how you create some structure like this. And also hang on, let me check. You probably need some vertical structure as well, because once you have those like roof, and then you might need walls. I think, let me think, how can we do this? Yeah, so I think instead of, so because we use a line, so it's only a surface, right? So let me just finish this one. I'll just do, maybe I'll copy this one to here. Okay, so and then edit shape. So first I want to delete all these adaptive families, delete, and also I want to delete the divided surface, and also I want to dissolve this surface. So the reason why that this is only just a surface is because we use all these lines to create a form. So what we need to do to make it a solid is we can just create a let me think, how can we do it? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe let's do this. So I'm going to just copy, hang on, maybe go, it's a little bit, let me just, oh sorry, I just Control Z, go back, because these are only reference lines. Once I finish this one, it will become visible or invisible. So I'm going to do is I'll just move this line to here, so I can go to the left, and I'm going to copy this one up by maybe 1 meter, maybe. Okay, so now and also maybe I want to move these down along with the bottom one. So I'll see if I can use the line tool. Yes, we can. Good. So now okay, so now I'm going to close them. Okay, so close them. So instead of just one line, so currently there are 2 lines on each point. So before we place these reference lines, so reference set work plane, draw on work plane, set work plane, pick this point, so we can close these 2 and do the same, set work plane here from, and then close these 2 lines, set work plane, and draw 2 reference line here, and set work plane, draw these 2 reference lines, and the last one, so pick the work plane, then finish them. So now we should be able to, so select all these reference line, close loop, and oh sorry, wrong one, create form. So this time it will create some solid form, so you can see very similar, still similar to this. We can still tab select only the top surface and create same divided surface to place this structure on top of this. So basically exactly the same. Add nodes, create create component. So and then 1 2 3 4 5, escape, select, repeat. Okay, so these are the structure, and then we still have, you know, this surface. We can add the original surface. So I'll just type in glass. Usually, oh hang on, I can't type in. Anyway, so let's click on this glass. Okay, and then we can we also have this surface on which we can place other elements. So for example, if I finish this mass, and then let's try wall by face. So you can place wall on this surface. Okay, so you can place wall, solid wall, or let's try, maybe we can use we can't place curtain wall because it's curved, so that's fine. We should still be able to use curtain system, which is very similar to curtain wall. Okay, so we just need to edit, adjust the mullions. So I'm just going to quickly just Control C, Control V. So just put all these mullions for both borders and interior. Apply. So this will, you know, to make this curtain wall. Okay, oh sorry, curtain system, but yeah, looks like a curtain wall. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, and then let's have a look at this, the other image here. So the roof is very similar. So basically we can, let me just copy this one again to here, and then edit, and I'll delete this divided surface, adaptive family, and also delete this divided surface. So now we have this one. So if I finish this mess, we can place a roof by face, which can be a solid roof created. Okay, that's a roof. So let me just copy this one to here, delete it. So you can see this is a roof. So okay, solid roof. And okay, yeah, so basically I think if we, I'm not sure if this might be topography or can be floor. Anyway, let's quickly I'll show you. So let's quickly do maybe do a top surface. So I'm using 2023, which we only have a top surface. Okay, so I only have top surface. In 2024, we have a much better version of top surface, which is top solid. It's very easy to use. But for this exercise, I'm going to create a top surface. Go top surface. I'm going to just place some point 1, 2, 3, 4 to create a top surface. So usually what we do for a quick schematic stage project, so when we need to do those underground, we just use a building pad. So for example, I'm just going to place a building pad, so for maybe 3 meters below ground. So I just draw a shape and finish. So now if I go to 3D view, you can see that. So this will place like a floor. So it's a building pad, but it's like a floor onto this top surface, and then this will adjust the top surface. And then if I temporarily hide this pad, you will see the top surface. So this is also top surface. Okay, so it will automatically match that. And if I move this, so it will also move the top this portion of top surface, right? And also if I adjust the height, and also we will adjust this. And I think, yeah, it's not really much I can show you. So basically, it's not that easy to adjust top surface. So usually, so for example, if you want to lower that, so you can adjust those points. So for example, if I change to -1 meter, so the whole side will become sloped. So you can see it will become this is 0, this is, maybe make it more, -3 meter. So now you can see the whole sides become sloped, and then still, so anywhere there's the building pad is higher than the, so let me just increase this for a little bit, -1 meter. So you can see where, so the building pad is higher than the top surface. So this will also fill this part to match the pad. Okay, so let's just move this down again. And yeah, what else can we talk about this? So, and also another, sometimes when we can also use floors. So usually I will use floor. So let's maybe quickly talk about this swimming pool. Looks like a swimming pool, right? So okay, so how can we quickly do it? So usually I don't, for a small project, I won't worry too much about top surface. Okay, so unless it's very slope and we need to figure out the levels, everything. But if it's a flat side, so I don't worry too much. So usually I just use floor. So I'll just do a floor. So imagine that's going to do a side. Okay, so then that's a floor. And then I decided there's a swimming pool there. So I just add another. So this will put a hole in here. That's a very big swimming pool. Anyway, so yeah, so that's it. And then I'll just Control C and paste in the same space, and then directly edit boundary and delete this. So now we have another floor here, and of course we want this one to be lower. So I'll just place this one at, so depending on the depth of the swimming pool, I'll just put in on the 1.8 below the floor level. Okay, and then usually we need to have different materials, or for some like tiles. So then just edit type, duplicate. I'll just call it pool floor, something like that. But most importantly, just need to go there to change the material. So yeah, just you can just pick a material or just create a new material, and then you will have a different material. So when you render, it will be different. And then we just need to add some walls. Add walls, so we can also create. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Create some. I'll just use some conceptual or generic wall. So maybe 200 wall. Edit type, duplicate. I'll just call it maybe pool wall, and edit. So then just change the material. I'll just create a new material. Just pretend that's a material for the pool wall, and OK. And then we just need to OK. And then usually I just do pick and just set here. Set from full. So for example, the base will be -1A0. -1A00. Top will be the ground floor level, but sometimes you can still attach to the top, but I'll just leave it as 0. And then we can use pick lines, move there, tab, select, place it. Maybe Control Z, because usually I like to pick the exterior face. So wall still have all these settings, base and top. Just change this wall center line to exterior finish, pick line, tab, and that's it. Okay, so then you can see this is there's an overlapping here. So what we can do is depending on in reality, you might have the pool wall up here. There's a little gap, or so it's it's up to you. But if most easiest way, you can just attach to the top floor. So then that's it. And you can, if it's only for like render, you probably just need to just use a. You can also use a paint tool to paint that material. I think that's it. And of course, we need water. So you can create a water floor. You can create a 1.8 or 1.7 deep or thick floor, or you can just quickly model in place. So usually I just use side, maybe generic model doesn't really matter. And then extrusion, so set to a plan. So pick a plan. Okay, pick the floor and just tab, select the floor, and then 1A. Sometimes you want it to be lower than and then create materials. I'll just search if there's and see if there's a water. No, I'll just create a new. Maybe I'll just go to appearance and see if there's water. So I'll search maybe W water. Any water? Okay. Maybe I'll use this one. So and okay. So that's it. So let me change it to realistic. So because that's the material from appearance. So yeah, it's blue, at least it's blue. Okay, let's change the shade, doesn't matter. So it's because we didn't set the material. So if I go there, so I see graphic, that's nothing, right? So at least we can match that. So at least it's blue in shade. It's shade. Oh, hang on. I think it's probably because it's transparent. So maybe it's 100%. Maybe that. Maybe just reduce that a little bit. So it's blue. Okay, so that's it. And then let me have a look. So yeah, so you can see in this image, actually that's something quite nice. So those cut fill color, so you can achieve that by using I think you can use section box. So sometimes when we do the section of in 3D view, so and then you can use the section box, and then I think to show those color you need to change this one to coarse. Okay, so you can see that. So I'm not sure, maybe I'll try to not overwrite and not showing the cut patterns, or see doesn't work. Looks like we need to have some other. Maybe we can, because this is generic model. So if I change generic model to show median, I think yeah, no, that's it. So and also the rest. So you can see all the floors, walls were showing this quite nice color. So section color. So how can we adjust the color? So you go to manage, in material, search the I can't remember the name of it. Hang on, let me just quickly try to find it. Okay, here. Okay, how do we pronounce this one? Anyway, so if you change this one to any other color, it will change this. Okay, doesn't work. Let me try again. Or maybe, sorry, it's this one. So not this one. So this is the cut pattern solid fill, right? So this color. Change to blue. Yeah. Okay. So this is one you can adjust. Pink. Is that pink? Magenta. And I think that's it. So yeah, so basically just wall, floor, just if that's topography, just create a building pad. If the floor, just you don't need to do anything, just yeah, floor. So that's floor. Yeah, all good. So it's quite simple. The roof is interesting. Just you can use mass. And now coming back to this roof, let me uncheck the section box. So this other way. So we used a line and then place point, place profile, and you can have a more freedom method. Let me show you just quickly. Model in place, mass. You can also use spline through points. Okay, so I'll just quickly reference spline through points. I'm going to use draw my first spline through points. Use work plans onto the ground floor because I don't want to draw onto some special like surface or any surface. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this. And okay, so maybe let me just adjust them to make it more interesting. Okay, so this is one of the profiles. So I'm going to Control C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have 5 and create form. So now, and then you can adjust individual points. Okay, so you just adjust individual points, and then you will be able to adjust the whole shape. And that's it. You can also just go to like elevation, not elevation. Just click on this. What do we call this? Cube or navigating cube, maybe. So and then you can adjust those. Use your keyboard. Just select them, move them left, right, up, down. So it's very free. So you can also do it in. You can also select the point and adjust them using X, Y, Z, and also these as well. Okay. So once you're happy, so give it a material so it's easier to see the different. See the shape. So I'm going to just give it material, something like that. Okay, so that's another very easy way, and also to create a solid instead of surface. We can also do that. So just go back here. So let me just move this slightly up. This one up. This one looks not here. Because what we're going to do is, so we want to make this a solid instead of a surface. So first, let me just dissolve this. So we have all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm just going to connect the points on both ends, and then use spline through points and make them reference line. So after that, these two reference line, one is the straight line, and another one is a spline through points. So become a closed profile. So now if we select, yeah, I think this happens. So you can see intersecting or singular geometry. Anyway, so this happens because the reason why this happens because sometimes Revit don't understand which one it used for the first, which one, and you can try to see if you can. So for example, this is okay, and continue select this and with this. Oops, sorry, wrong one. And see, yeah, still work. And this one and this one, no. So start to break because Revit probably Revit try to place this one here or here. Yeah, not sure how to. Sometimes just you try some luck. This one's okay. Looks like maybe we can move this one to the end and just doesn't work. Yeah, maybe try this. Doesn't work. So it looks like this one's we have some issue with this one. Maybe let's Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Try to adjust this a little bit, and no, it doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, if it doesn't work, I'll show you another another way to do it. Okay, so once you have one of this profile, right, and then you can copy and create a form. So usually this will most likely it will work. Okay, so as long as you have same profile, so for example this, and most of the time it will work, and then after that you can adjust. Still it will break sometimes, so just be careful. Slowly do it. Okay, so slowly. You can do multiple points at once. So go to front, use your keyboard to try to adjust them down, up. Yeah. So yeah, this is how you try to avoid those issue. Anyway, so this is it. So finish, and okay, so that's another mess. I think that's it. So today we had a play with mass model in place mass and create a structure like this one, and also we had a play with topography, some model, some floor, and okay, so that's it. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, next time we will try to model this structure. Looks quite nice. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.